Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Katamari Damacy. I'm Nai.
I'm Mako, and we are creating a star or creating another constellation
I
this
don't
time.
know, I think we're on constellations now. Cygnus. Let's get up and get down with the Cygnus.
That was terrible.
Yep. The sky is utterly lacking in grace. It does not sashay like a king. So apparently we're gonna go collect swans. It's just a thing we do.
Look, do you want to tell the guy who's bigger than you no?
Yep. So we have to, we have 6 minutes to collect as many swans and or eggs as possible. Problem is, not all of these are swan eggs. In fact, some of these are decidedly not swan eggs.
Hmm.
I believe all the ones in the mouse traps here are, but it's worth going into these just to collect it, because once again, this is a numbers thing, not necessarily a size thing. Okay. Do you have a swan? If you have a swan. Okay, let's get the last 2. Apparently last one. I'll go outside. Attic. Yeah, we can pick up anything else too, so it doesn't matter if I pick up stuff that are not swan eggs, because I'm allowed to pick up anything. And in fact, the more I pick up, kind of the more, the faster I'll be able to move.
If not faster, then you will,
Yeah, maybe not faster is not the right word, but
you'll just bowl over the things that used to get in the way.
exactly. Come on. I can't remember if this is one of the ones that says that things that look like swans count.
Yeah, it can be a little unclear on a few of those.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, there are occasionally times where the game asks you to get such and such an item, and so you get if you get something that looks similar, it'll go, oh, okay, that must be that thing I was looking for then.
Close enough.
Yeah, I suppose that'll work. Let's just go ahead and stop right here and just let him put eggs into us. This can actually be faster than going and getting them yourself. There we go. Got more eggs over here. Can we? Yes, we can. Okay. We'll just make our way up here. To be honest, I had no idea that was going to work. I've never been up here before. One of the things I like about Katamari.
Yeah, this
always more stuff to
it's been
find.
a while since I played this particular Katamari, but I seem to remember now that this is one of those ones where yeah, the wrong kind of swan / egg is where this is where it can happen.
Possibly. So we're getting there. I mean, we got 3 minutes left. We're getting a lot of eggs. Swans. Why are you cooking an egg? You're a bird. That is tantamount to cannibalism. That is cannibalism. Well, it would be if you ate it. But, okay. Let's go over here. Where am I now? I have no idea. Any eggs up here? No, but there are white crayons. How about up here? You got any eggs?
Lots of eggs, but I'm not sure if they're the right kind.
We'll pick them up anyways. Silly friends. That won't hatch. It's sushi. Thank you, King. I appreciate that. I did not have that information prior to you telling me.
Sushi.
Yep.
You know, a long time
please.
since I had some good sushi.
I don't know about good sushi, but I've had sushi recently. There's not enough... like, I haven't had enough good sushi to be a sushi snob.
The local place, let's see, things, I'm not a seafood person, so fish sushi tends to go poorly for me, but local place does a number of non-fish sushis that are quite nice. I'm not just talking just vegetarian, vegetable ones either. They do a nice sort of chicken teriyaki sushi. They've got the standard avocado sushi, cucumber. They do a BBQ rib one that's quite nice.
I didn't even know it was possible to have sushi that wasn't fish. I thought that was the entire point.
It is the.
Oh, apparently
it is possible.
Apparently, I'm up here now.
Ooh, in the rafters.
Yeah. Oh, there's Megs. Can't see, and I'm falling, and I'm bouncing. I think you can get on the outside there if you go up to the roof, but we don't have enough time for that now. That was a failed spin up there. Well, I got 56. Let's hope that's enough. Come on, up. Okay. I'm starting to pay with the birds. Okay. Very graceful, and a bit disturbing.
Long time to be arguing semantics now, old man.
19, 20, 21, 22, 33, 44, 56. Feathers everywhere. So I think the number on the left-hand side is how many you got, and the number on the right-hand side is what percentage was.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. For crabs, we only got like 56% or something like that. Maybe it was 98. I can't.
No, we got almost all of them. If that's actually the case. So
there's Cygnus, and creepy kid again.
Oh, I feel it. I feel the cosmos.
She feels the cosmos. Stop doing drugs, kids.
Cygnus flew back into the sky from the ashes.
That would be a phoenix.
Just like a phoenix.
There you go. Like, that's not a swan. Swans don't do that. Don't set swans on fire, kids. Time for Megastar 5. Good, my dog. Have you ever been to the Netherlands? We stopped in the day before yesterday. You're not going to be able to go there. Royal present for the hardworking prince, but it got swiped right off of them on Earth, being pickpocketed during the morning rush hour. Very well done, too. At least complimenting the pickpocket. That was done very well. Good job, you.
Objects, maps, hopes
and dreams. Rolling around the town. 1.5 meters for 12 minutes. Any longer, and he'll be pissed at me. Okay. I'm going to start up my usual way and pick up just a bunch of really small stuff around me. Just kind of get as much built-up momentum as I possibly can. And lunch! Oh, hey. It's that song I don't like.
Which one is it playing?
You Are Smart.
Ah, yes.
I like the later remix of this with Everlasting Love, but I really just don't like the original You Are Smart. I just think it's boring. Move. Okay, so we're just going for some size here. Funnily enough, animals and stuff will actually ignore you if you're too small. They only go after you when they see you as a threat.
My notice.
Pretty much. Like, that's a very true statement. I'm not getting in there. Okay. Like, this dog's just leaving me alone. It's like, well, you know, I know you're there. You're in my territory. But you're small and harmless. It's like, you think that, dog. I'll be back to see you in about 5 minutes. You will fear rolling things in the future. You'll be glad you got fixed. I'm not going to elaborate on that joke.
Bark, 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 woof.
Yeah, pretty much.
This translation is for our canine viewers, brought to you by...
Man, they're going to hate you for that joke. I just told them they're going to thank their vet. How happy do you think they're going to be about that? So even though these New Year's cards are supposed to be paper and therefore really super thin, they add a fair amount of size onto us.
Could be an entire card pack.
Could be. New driver sign. The United States needs that.
Jumbo Man figurines.
You know, we could really use new driver signs. Not that it would help at all, but because it would give me someone to blame whenever I notice that, yeah, I'm late to work again. Look out the window. Ah, new driver is part of the accident. That explains everything.
I have a lot of sympathy for the newish drivers, depending on who they've got to be stuck with, the driving testers. Because for the longest time, I got stuck with, like, really bad testers rather than, like, people who knew what they were doing.
The driving tester I had wasn't necessarily a bad guy, and I think he was a bit nitpicky when he did my driving test, but...
Well, let me share story time with Mako then.
Okay.
I failed my first 2 driving tests. Now, the first one was my fault, I will fully admit, but the second time I failed, I will swear up and down that it was not my fault, and I will accept no culpability for it. It was the middle of winter, as is much common in here in Canada, and we had just had a snowstorm, like full-on, everything comes down from the sky, snowstorm. And it was to the point where no car on the street could go more than about 20 without spinning out. And the street was literally iced over.
Okay.
So, sun in the sky, ice on the ground, you can better believe that visibility is very poor. And I get into the car, and and yet they're still holding this. I get into the car, and I tell the guy, look, I hope we I hope you can understand. I'm not comfortable going past a certain speed because on my way here, I'm driving with my parents, and I nearly spun out because it's that slippery on the ground.
Okay.
And so we go through the whole thing, and he keeps telling me to speed up and to make all these maneuvers that no one in their right mind, even a fully fledged driver, would do. And I kept telling him, look, are you, like, hard of hearing or something? If I do that, I will lose control of this vehicle. I
mean, in his argument, then you shouldn't be driving in the first place. I mean, that's what he's gonna tell you, is that, well, if you can't do this, then you shouldn't be driving today. You shouldn't be driving to your alone, so you're comfortable doing it.
Well, this was the kind of thing, like, my parents were actually in agreement with me on this. They wouldn't have been driving like that in this weather.
Oh, yeah, of course. But the point of the driving test is not that, it's not necessarily stuff you would do. It's, you know, can you do this? And bad weather is the perfect time to see, are you able to do these maneuvers? Because you will hit bad weather in real life, and there will be times that you'll have to do this even with bad weather.
That's fair, but at the same time, like, if I say up front, you know, this is a very, yeah, thank you, magical hovering Katamari again. It just sort of, I made it clear at that point that if I do this, I'm probably going to lose control of the vehicle, and this is going to be bad times for everyone involved.
Yeah, I can see why the instructor wouldn't accept such a statement. Because I could see plenty of kids saying that anyways, just to get out of having to do it. You know.
So they ignore the times when, you know...
Yeah, exactly. Well, to give you a comparison where I'm coming from, so when I took my driving test, my driving test was done on kind of a, you know, a paved road, but it's kind of a little bit in the country and everything. So there's not a lot of people on the road. And it was like 3 lanes either direction, big road. It was made for development purposes, for when this area would be developed enough that they would need this much space. But, you know, it's never that busy out there. So we're driving, and my method of driving, when I drive, I'm typically every so often glancing at my mirrors, and I'm keeping very aware of exactly who is on the road with me, because I was used to driving with really bad drivers, so I want to make sure that if I noticed someone was not driving safely, that I could take precautions ahead of time. So I always was checking my mirrors. I knew exactly who was on the road, and I also knew the fact that there was no one on the road at all. So he tells me to do a lane change right and a lane change left, which I do, no problems whatsoever. But because I've been checking my mirrors, I don't bother to look. Because there's no way there could have been anyone in those sections of the road because I had been checking my mirrors. There was no one else on the road, period. We did not pass a single car. But I, did a lane change left, did a lane change right. He ended up docking me points because I failed to look at my mirrors. Didn't matter that I knew there was no one there. He's checking to make sure, do I have the behavior down of...
Are you going through the
looking
movements?
over my... Yeah. Will I look over my shoulder normally? The other thing he docked me on, there was a left turn I had to do at a traffic light, which I pulled into the intersection to do it and was prepared to make my turn, when I noticed that an oncoming vehicle was moving way faster than it should be. Like, it was we were in a 45-mile-an-hour area, and this guy was probably doing 70. So I saw him approaching way faster, and I was thinking, do I want to go out? And, I pulled out into the intersection to prepare for my turn, and then I decided, I should probably just wait. So I stopped going. Waited till he passed, and then took my turn. I got docked points because I hesitated. Regardless of the fact that my hesitation may have actually stopped an accident. I got docked points because I hesitated. Because if I was going to do my turn, I should have committed to it.
And probably destroyed the car.
Well, his argument, I guess, is that if there was someone behind me, they may have inched forwards too. And that could have caused problems. If I was on a road where other people were coming, I would have been blocking their left turn, stuff like that.
On the one hand, I can see where I think I can see where they're coming from. On the other, I don't agree with it, but...
Yeah. I have no idea how I got some of these bikes, not all of them, but we'll go with it. So we are now big enough with the Katamari that we are picking people up. And actually, I think I did this one particularly quickly, so we should be able to get really big this time. As long as I can route this well enough that I can keep on growing. Because I'm having some trouble picking up. There we go. That's the size upgrade that I wanted. So we're actually really huge. We're going to have some problems maneuvering soon. Having a little bit of trouble already, but that's mostly just, momentum-based stuff. It's going to get really bad pretty soon here. You notice that some of these vehicles are moving even though there's nothing in them?
Mm-hmm. Ghost car.
Pretty much. Remember when the King of All Cosmos said that people would be happy to see me, that, they'd be really happy to see me, that they would welcome me with a smile and maybe a wave?
People who are eager to become one with the cosmos.
Yeah, I don't see that happening very much. Okay, I'm too big to go back up there. Okay, that's fine. I'll be able to go back up there later on, but right now...
hear them screaming.
Yeah. These are those eager people with a smile and a wave. Screaming as I scoop them up. Now, keep in mind, it is canonically stated that this is a fun experience. And by canonically, I mean you eventually, in one of the games, scoop up the king himself, and he states that it's fun. And then
That's
also...
the king, though.
Yeah. Well, it's also stated canonically that once things are put into the Katamari, and the Katamari is eventually turned into something, people show up on Earth again. I can't remember where you see this exactly, but... So yes, I'm not killing people. We're pretty big. I'm not sure how much bigger we're going to be able to get, but we did meet at the at least half again requirement for bigness. Can I scoop up this stuff? Kind of. Some of it, at least. This is probably about as big as I'm going to be able to get. Unfortunately, on some of the early levels that you get, like this one, there aren't real easy ways to get bigger. Like, there comes a point where once you've reached this size, you're not going anywhere else.
I can't remember how many actual levels there are.
I think there are 9 or 10 Mecha... I think there are 9 or 10 Mecha stars. Where are you?
There's one for every Zodiac.
Well, for every major constellation, at least. Let's pick up a couple of these for free. Notice that it says it's a 5-meter rail, but my size only went up by 1 centimeter.
Hmm.
Okay. That should do it. Wow. Okay, apparently I didn't impress him this time. That's a little bit special. You actually do want to get that huge size, so I'm a little bit amazed that we did not get the exclamation points. Green star. And Carotene Comet. Not bad. Not good, but not bad. I love this kid is like pointing to the king of all cosmos who he just notices over the horizon.
I know I saw that huge guy.
Just watching the kid's pupils. Amusing. Okay, folks. We'll see y'all next time.